Although the horror video game genre has been around for a while, it has recently experienced a surge in popularity, and many of the most memorable games can be found in this genre. It's a good idea to start playing some of the best horror games the PlayStation 5 has to offer as Halloween approaches. There are still plenty of scary games available, because the system is still in its development, and the range of games is continually growing. So here are the top 5 best horror survival games for PS5. Number 5. Resident Evil 2. Certainly the bold Resident Evil 2 remake from Capcom is the best survival horror game ever made. Due to the numerous modernizations integrated throughout, it manages to retain the core of 1998 original while radically flipping the experience. Instead of the clumsy tank controls, fixed cameras, and archaic graphics, you now have what you would expect to see on your current gear. Performance, aesthetic direction, and gameplay of the remake all come together to form the ultimate Resident Evil game. Number
What was that all about? Oh, dang it. I forgot to give this to him.
Number 4. The Last of Us, Part 1. It's debatable if The Last of Us actually required a remake, but it's impossible to dispute the high caliber of Naughty Dog's most recent adventure. The 2013 PlayStation 3 game The Last of Us was completely rebuilt with new features, better performance, and enhanced aesthetics for The Last of Us Part 1.
Jimmy! Jimmy, stay back! Jimmy, I am warning you! Don't!
This remake gives The Last of Us Part 2 a much more similar appearance, making both games more comparable. The Last of Us Part 1 offers a number of accessibility features, in addition to visual improvements that make it easier for more players to enjoy. Awareness indicators, fully adjustable controls, cinematic descriptions, and much more are among them. In this game, the protagonists, Joel and Ellie, experience a terrifying story.
Daddy? Hey. Hey!
Get back, baby. Get back.
Okay.
Number 3. DARQ Complete Edition. Since DARQ is a game about lucid dreams, things tend to get out of hand quite quickly. The base game plus its expansions, the tower and the crypt, which have new plot details and locations to explore, are all included in the Complete Edition. DARQ ought to be a top pick for all horror fans thanks to its gloomy, melancholy atmosphere and similarly frightful character designs. This puzzle platformer is clever and frightful, and its design is responsible for some of the most memorable gaming scenes on the PS5. Additionally, the music is fantastic and perfectly portrays what makes horror so amazing. Number 2. Tormented Souls. Tormented Souls is probably for you if you enjoyed playing vintage Resident Evil and Silent Hill games. You are thrown into cramped stages of this survival horror game, where you must solve puzzles and kill terrible monsters. It takes place in a mansion, and Caroline, the main character, must delve into its mysteries. The lighting and subject matter more than make up for the game's soft and unobtrusive art design, creating a spine-chilling experience. It uses a fixed camera similar to Resident Evil, although it controls considerably more smoothly than the games that served as its inspiration. It takes over 4 hours to finish this third-person horror game, but it's well worth it. Number 1. Demon's Souls. When considering the Demon's Souls reboot for the PS5, horror may not be the first genre that springs to mind, but this game is stuffed to the gills with frights, not just in the literal sense but also across its entire premise. In the difficult action role-playing game Demon's Souls, deadly foes are hidden almost everywhere. While some adversaries might not seem very frightening, the ease with which you can perish is enough to frighten you. In addition, Demon's Souls is crammed with terrifying enemies, such as the Tower of Latria's Thulu-inspired mind flayers and the eerie rock worms of Stonefang Tunnel. It's still one of the best PS5 experiences, even if you don't think it's particularly creepy. Well, this is it. What do you think about this list? And what is your best horror survival game?